everybody, it's me. I'm out. Yes, I'm out of the hospital, and hopefully this video is going to work because I'm back on my PC, which I haven't seen for nearly a week. I did the video this morning as an update, and like I say, that was the scary video. Don't worry, everything is nice and clean and okay with this one. It's just an update to let you know the hospital released me later this afternoon. They were happy with everything, and I've still got to have some stitches out. If you saw on the gory video earlier, those black dangly things, yes, they were stitches, and they've given me a little pack to take to the local doctors, arrange an appointment, and they'll take those stitches out next week. So that's another little trip I've got to do. And I'd like to thank Martin, my next door neighbour, who kindly came and picked me up and rescued me from that house of hell, which was forgot what it was, the Priory Hospital. No, it definitely wasn't a house of hell. It was a really great hospital. Every single person in there was fantastic, and as you've seen with some of the pictures, the food was fantastic as well. So I highly recommend it. But what you got to remember was it was a private hospital, and so it's probably a good advert to get private medical insurance. I'm not selling medical insurance. I was just lucky that I got there on the NHS, and let's say, so now it's the recovery. So back home now, got a lot of catching up to do, and let's say I got lots of cards and things that people have sent me. I say you don't need to, just being there is good enough for me, but thanks for the cards, and there's some little presents. I got some biscuits, some fruit, and I say I'll thank you all personally when I say a bit more time tomorrow, because I'm going to be stuck in the house because now going into the recovery phase. So we finished the lead up, we got there, we got through that took about just 6 to 7 months, and the operation, I got out there 2 days early, which was pretty good. They were all impressed with my progress and said, we don't know how you did it so fast. I said, well, I planned to do it fast. I didn't want to hang about. And basically all I did was everything that they said to do, and they know what they're doing. So whatever you do, it's like in our Viva MK business. You know, if there's somebody there, Jeff and Ali, top retailers, you know, they are the top retailers because they know what to do, and they go out there and do it. And if you want to learn about how to do things, learn from the best people. And I'm saying that's what these doctors, these surgeons, these consultants are. They're the best people. So I literally put my life in their hands, and so that was really, the operation was a short phase in this journey through a bypass. Now we get into what, like I say, I've looked into it. I've on a Warrior CABG group, recommend that because it's for people who've had the operation. And all the way through these websites and these Facebook lives, I emphasize that everybody's journey is going to be different. Everybody starts off with a different health level, different ailments to go with the bypass, so you can't judge yourself, but you can get guidance. And let's say I looked at what could go wrong, what I needed to do on the lead up, and I followed that advice, and I say I'm quite pleased with the progress. I think if you've been watching the videos I've been putting on and some of the images, you'll think there's one thing that I am going to miss, and yes, that is the food. That food was fantastic in there, and I managed to get one meal out. I got the last dinner out of there, or for the posh people, the lunch, and that was really nice, so I made the most of it. So now I'm back home, but life is not going to get back to normal for a long time. And as I said, I knew this before I went in. I'd made plans before I came home. We had to change a few things around at home, and you get the leaflets and the information from the hospital that you go and have it done. And a lot of things can change. The biggest thing for me, for people who know me, is I'm an active person. I've got to walk sort of 3-5 miles a day every day. Most of that is on business. You know, I've got to make money, and putting catalogues out is a way of doing it, so you get exercise and paid for doing it. But that's going to be very restrictive, because in the first 6 to 8 weeks, then they've given me a pattern, a work pattern here, where step 1, 3 to 5 minutes walking a day, but they do let you do that 4 or 6 times. Then you can build it up to step 2, 5 to 10 minutes a day, but then you can't do that quite as many times because you've walked further. So I'm not going to do anywhere near what I used to do, but I've got to do it every day consistently and persistently, no matter what the weather is, because that's all part of getting the muscles working again, getting the lungs working again, getting the heart working again. And one of the things when they do the operation, they actually switch your heart off, so instead of your heart pumping away like the one on the image here on the right, it stops and it all goes through a machine, and your lungs are stopped. So basically you're just I suppose you're dead really, and just operated by a machine. And then they warn you of the side effects of that. So having a read through that, if we're talking on any Zooms, any messaging at any time, one of the big things that that can affect is your mood. You feel depressed, and don't worry, but it's only 3/4 of patients feel depressed and feel down, and they can be tearful. So if I start crying when we're on a Zoom call, don't worry, it's nothing to do with you. You haven't upset me by saying something. I might just start crying, and I might have hallucinations. So there's lots of different side effects. So it's going to be an interesting few months. Let's see. Oh, it might lose your sense of taste. I did taste the curry last night, so hopefully I've still got that. Then the vision, you have flashing lights, smell can change, the hearing can change, and lots of things like that. But one of the big things for the first 6 to 8 weeks, you've got to protect your sternum, because they've cut through that. There's a big bone in your chest there, and with your lungs and your heart beating inside of that sternum, it's stretching and pulling, and at the moment it's just held together by some wires, and so that's putting pressure there. So they say in the first 6 to 8 weeks, don't lift anything heavy. And the example they give here is the most you can lift is a kettle that's half full of water, and don't lift it with one hand, lift it with two. And it does say don't do the ironing, because you do that with one hand. Don't do the vacuuming, and don't go shopping, so you're not carrying shopping bags. Don't push shopping trolleys. So a lot of the things I do every day of my life I can't do. So I had a word with the physio this morning before I left to come up with a plan, because I've obviously got to do more on the computer than I did before, which is going to be ideal for the first few days, because obviously only having my phone in the hospital, I never managed to update the website, and I'm going to keep that updated as well as the Facebook group, because I've had a lot of people thanking me for that and asking me about the updates for it. So I am going to update that with all the videos I've put on the Facebook group, the Facebook page, while I've been in. So the operations section will get finished in the next few days. It all depends how I feel in the next few days, and then we'll start on the recovery, and that's where you've got to set a plan in place. So it's like everything, let's say our Viva MK business, you've got to plan your business. What's your end goal? I know my end goal is get back to where I was, and it's going to take me months, where it took years to get there. It's got to take me months again to start from scratch, do things in a different way. And like I say, I spoke to the physio this morning, and I thought sitting in a front of a computer doing things for too long is not going to be good. I've got to make sure I've got my shoulders back, otherwise with all the bone healing at the front, that'll heal in the wrong way. So you've got to think about my posture and think about deep vein thrombosis. So any of you who've had hospital visits, any operations, you've got to think about that. Wear the sexy socks. Yes, I've got my big long sexy socks on still. Got to keep those on for a few more weeks. And I thought of the plan of perhaps setting the alarm, and then every 20 minutes the alarm goes off and I get up out of that chair and go and do some walking around the house, or do one of my long 5-minute sessions walking up the road. Hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks time I'll get far enough where I can walk up the canal, and I've worked it out at the moment. I can get as far as the pub in week 3, so I think that's going to be a goal. I've built myself up at the end of week 3, have a walk, get as far as the pub, have a stop at the pub, and then walk on the way back. So it's setting goals like I did. You've seen me doing the puffer test, and that I set the goals there of a good meal if I reached a certain level. So I'm going to be working on that as well. And I'd just like to say thanks for the people who sent me little gifts. I'm not after gifts of that, but it's gratefully received. So I see there's some biscuits there, and I've got some fruit and some cakes, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But like I say, I'm just getting back to everybody at the moment, just give you an update that you can feel alive quite quickly after open heart surgery, which is basically what I've had. It's a bypass, and as I say, everybody's recovery is different, and they were saying they're really pleased on how well I've done, and this is the point I want to get over. It's because I was fit before I went in for that operation. So that's why you've got to think about your health now, because if anything like this happens to you in the future, like I say, it came on me by surprise, but luckily I was in a position where I was fit, I hadn't smoked, I wasn't overweight, so that has helped the recovery. So now think about what you're like at the moment. Could you improve your health? Now, it's definitely part of your future is what your health is today. So I'm preaching a bit here, but like I say, what I've seen there of other people on the recovery trail, like I say, you've got to think about the future every day. Don't just enjoy life for today. You've got to think about what can happen, and like I say, just look after yourself all the time. So I haven't got a clue whether this is recorded, whether it's going live or not, because I haven't seen my computer for nearly a week now. But like I say, they were down to send me out on Friday. That fitted in nicely because Diane was free on Friday. She was going to pick me up, and then it all happened this morning that I'd come out today. But thanks to Martin, my next door neighbour, came to my rescue and collected me, and so now I'm back at home, and I won't be doing much tonight because I've got my new pills and potions to sort. I've got to go down the doctors for something to get sorted tomorrow, so I've got to try and get an appointment to go to the doctors, and next week I've got to have the stitches out, so there is a little bit of catch up on the operation. But like I say, I'll try and get that website updated so people have got the information up to date, and hopefully I'll be getting some more details from Mr Ashoub. He's my consultant and surgeon. He came in, and there will be a photo of him, and I did get him to take his mask off and got a photo of him. So when I get that, I'll post it, because literally that man has saved my life. because if I'd carried on doing what I was doing, I could have been switched off. So basically I've had a week away, and the ticking time bomb that was inside of me has been diffused. So it's an added bonus of it. I got some nice food as well. So right, I'm going to switch that off now, and then I've got a lot of things to do. Get used to another bed tonight, another sleeping position, and luckily with no tube. Oh, I'll just explain wherever it is. That patch has got to stay on for another couple of days, and then there's one on the stomach. Then I could take that off, and then next week the stitches, and then we should be almost back to normal and get in a new routine. So that's it, and thanks for all your support over the last week, and I'll be quite pleased if I don't need to use my phone again. I've never used a mobile phone as much as I have in the last few days. I need a nice big keyboard like this. So if you watch this, all well and good. If you don't, it doesn't matter. If you're bored, watch it. If you don't want to watch it, don't bother. But I'll put it all on the website, and it's there really for an aid for other people. And like I say, a lot of the doctors and the nurses have seen the website, and they're grateful for what they've seen. So I'm going to carry on doing it because they all think it can help a lot of people. So that's it. I'm going to switch this off, and then in a few minutes time I'll see whether I've got to redo it all because it hasn't worked. Okay, bye now.